Hi guys, can you guys hear me? Please let me know in the chat so I know it's not just me talking to myself. That would be awesome. I see you are already telling. Awesome. Thank you, Jenny, for letting me know. Awesome. So my name is Yamile Yemoonyah, and I am a spirit guide medium, which means that I can sense your spirit guides around you and give them or give you messages from them. You can find me at my website, spiritguides.co, if you want to have more info. Also, if you're interested, you can book a one-on-one reading with me. There's a green button down here that says book a reading. You can click on that and find out all the info. If you're here for the very first time today, then check your email inbox after this event, because you'll get a big discount that you can use if you're interested to get a one-on-one session with me. Also, we have a we have a Facebook group that you can join. It's called Spirit Guide School, and you can find it just by typing in spiritguideschool.com. And you can ask questions there, because today it's not about answering questions. Today it's about doing the readings. So again, that's spiritguideschool.com, and you can just join. It's free and ask questions. There are almost 2,000 people in there who are all interested in spirit guides. So it's a great community, and you can ask your questions and tell your stories and get feedback. Also, if you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook, then come on over. There's a link either in the description above or below, depending on which where you're watching. You can watch there totally, but if you want a reading, you will have to come over to Crowdcast. So again, find the link in the description above or below and come join us here on Crowdcast. If you if you run into any tech issues, just reload the page. That usually helps. And yeah, that usually helps. That should be enough. If anyone is having problems, please post in the chat, and then the others can help you out. I will be focused on doing the readings, so I can't help you, but we have a great community of people that are always helpful. All right, so let me see. We have lots of people today. We have, let's see, Jenny from Philadelphia. Hi, Jenny. We have Alexei from the Philippines. Hey, where in the Philippines are you? I was there for a few months, a few years ago. We have Randy from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, I think. PA, I think that's Pennsylvania. We have Scorpio 36 from Montgomery, Alabama. We have Cassandra from New Jersey. Awesome. We have Carlina from the Dominican Republic, but she lives in Canada. Awesome. That's a big change from the heat to the cold. All right, so, and we have, of course, Hero here, who's my unofficial assistant and always likes to help out. Thanks, Hero. All right, so before we can get started, there are a few things that you need to know. First of all, I have my own definition of spirit guides. There's millions of different definitions out there, but because we're here and I'm doing the readings, I want to make sure that we are all talking about the same thing. So my definition of spirit guides is that any kind of beings that are from the higher realms and that are connected to us in unconditional love and want to help us on our spiritual path or in day-to-day life is a spirit guide. So the most important part is connected to us in unconditional love. So that excludes any kind of being that wants to harm us. It excludes any kind of being that's not working for our highest good. Because I saw earlier there was a question in the question section, so I hope this answers your question. There are no spirit guides out there that want to harm you. It just doesn't exist. Because they are connected to you in unconditional love. So, so my definition includes angels, ancestor spirits. So that would be your direct ancestors or the ones going further back or even the ones from past lives. It includes nature beings like fairies, elves, gnomes, etc. It includes star beings, otherwise known as aliens, but I like to call them star beings so people don't think about crazy and scary Hollywood movies. It also includes ascended masters who used to be humans here on Earth, but like ascended and stopped going through the reincarnation cycle. It includes gods and goddesses from all cultures all over the world, and it includes power animals, otherwise known as animal spirits. The second thing you need to know is that they show themselves in a way that makes sense to us as human beings. So they are not in the physical, so they don't have any physical traits. They don't have black hair, they don't wear glasses or earrings or anything like that. However, because they know that we are human beings and that we have a hard time like communicating with energy frequencies, because our brain is just like freaks our brains out a little bit, they will show themselves in a sense that makes sense, in a way that makes sense to us. So when I do readings for you guys today, the mini readings, I will see your spirit guides with my mind's eye, here with my third eye. And then I will describe them to you, because again, they will give me an image that helps us to understand them. For example, if they're I don't know, if they're very loving beings, then they might show themselves with some attribute that shows that they are a loving being. You will see that later on. The same goes for names. Some of them might have had names if they ever had a life on Earth as human beings, but most of them never had that kind of life, so they don't really have names. But again, they help us out by giving us names so we can relate to them and we can communicate with them. So if I get a name, I will definitely tell you. Sometimes they won't give us a name though, mostly because they want you to really focus on the fact that they are not physical beings. They want you to understand that you don't need a name to communicate with them and that you can just feel their energy. Like I said, they are energy beings and you can feel them physically if they come close, just like you can feel, let's say, the heavy bass of music. You can physically feel that. And it's the same thing. It's frequencies, vibrations. So, and then also, even if you already know one of your guides, one that you think you already know, one that you're sure you already know, it might be different ones coming through for you today. We all have a team of guides, not just one. So you could have like an ascended master around you, an angel, and a spirit, and an animal spirit, for example. And I saw someone had that question as well in the questions, so I hope that answered your question as well. So it's not always the same spirit guide that comes through. It can be different spirit guides. Also, you have a core team that will be with you your entire life, and then you have like some that come in from time to time to help you out. For example, you might be going through a divorce that's really hard on you, and then you could have like an angel come who's kind of like a specialist to help people go through a divorce, and they will be with you until you're healed, and then they leave and move on and help other people. Yes, and now the most important thing of all is like you will get the messages that you need to hear, not necessarily the ones that you want to hear. Because we have all kinds of questions like in our logical brains, and we want to know, what is this, what is that, when will my boyfriend come back to me, these kinds of questions. But your spirit guides are way more concerned with like your soul path, your purpose, and what you really came here to do. And so they will help you, guide you with that mostly. So they will talk about these things to you. And maybe not the questions that your ego has. And there's nothing against your ego. We all have one. We all need it in this world because that's basically a prerequisite for the physical earth. Otherwise, we couldn't live here. So, okay, let's see what else. Let me see my notes so I don't forget anything. Right, so how I work, I close my eyes most of the time like this because it helps me focus. That's really the only reason. And also when I do a reading for you, you will be on screen. I can see your facial expressions. So if I say something, I get information about you and go either like, I don't know if that's true. Then I don't even want to see it because that breaks my focus. So I close my eyes and I just tell you whatever I get. And on my side, it's kind of like I pick up like the receiver, but I don't get to dial. I don't get to choose who I like have on the other end. I just get to pick up the receiver and listen. And then I get the message. I will tell you the message. And that's how it works. Sometimes I will ask you, does this make sense? Do you understand this? Then please speak up and say yes or no, or maybe, or I don't know, or something like that. Because when I get messages from the spirit guides, it's not actually like I'm on the phone and they go like, oh, Marsha should take this job or whatever. It's not like that. They send me images, they send me feelings, they send me sometimes words. So most of the time I will just like know things as if someone like just plopped that knowledge into my brain somehow. But I always get like little tidbits, and then I have to piece it together to see the whole puzzle. And so it's a little bit like detective work, and I need your help as well. So it's a conversation between the three of us, the spirit guides, me, and you. And so sometimes I will ask you, like I said, does this make sense? Do you understand this? So I know I'm on the right path and can go down that path. All right, so then here already explained how it works. You please find the Ask a Section question. It's down there somewhere. Again, if you're on Facebook or YouTube, you will have to come over to Crowdcast. You can find a link in the description. Come on over. You will see an Ask a Question section down below the video. And I want you to type newbie into that section. So not in the chat, but in the Ask a Question section. All right. And I will go and then randomly pick someone, and I will trust that need a message. But before we do that, I will do a quick breathing exercise with you guys, and and an opening prayer, and then we can get started. All right, so take a deep breath, everyone. Close your eyes, get comfortable, and take one really deep breath in through your nose. As deep as you can, and then let it go through your mouth. And relax your shoulders. And one more deep breath in through your nose. And out through the mouth. Relax your face, your jaw, your forehead, your eyes, your ears. Just let it go. And one last deep breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. And let go of any worries, any negative thoughts, anything that's troubling you. Just be here in the moment with yourself. And give yourself this gift of connecting with your spirit guides. And I'm now going to call on my spirit guides to come and join us and help me connect with your spirit guides. I specifically call on Archangel Michael and Brother Jaguar to protect this space so only beings from the higher realms and only beings who are connected to us in unconditional love can come through. I also call on your spirit guides to come and join us and use me as a medium and channel to give you the messages that they have for you today. And so it is. Thank you. All right. You can open your eyes again. Carlina, no, I won't have time to do this for everyone. I will just pick random people because I only have 1 hour time. Again, if you are interested, you can book a one-on-one session with me. Click on the green button, or you can come back next time and see if you get a reading then, but I can't guarantee anything. All right. So I'm going to look at like who's here, and I'm going to pick someone. When I do pick someone, I will send them an invite to come to join me on screen. And you can, you will then get an invite and you have to click, yes, I want to come on screen, and then I'll see you there. All right, so we have Carol. I'll invite you on screen. Okay, so it's sending out the invite now. And I'll just invite like 3-4 people at the same time, so we don't have to spend much time waiting. No, the question and answer is frozen. What's going on? Please don't type anything else, just newbie, so I don't have to read all this stuff because I don't have time for that, or you also don't have time for that. Okay, it's still frozen. What's going on? Sorry, guys. Give me a minute until this... here, we have Scorpio 36. I'm inviting you on screen. All right. We have Carlina. I'm inviting you on screen. Also, if you're having trouble to come on screen, then please go back to the email with the invite for this event, because it has a link in there. It actually says important in big letters. There's a link in there that goes to Crowdcast, and it lets you know exactly what requirements you need to come on screen. I'll also invite Universal Love and Kiki. And I'll just keep going until someone comes up.
Oh, dear.
All right. All right. I think we have someone. Let's see. So I'm closing this questions and answer question section. Okay, here we go. We have someone. Let's see who it is. We have Scorpio 30. Awesome. I'll go with Scorpio first. I will mute everyone else, because otherwise it's going to be really loud. But I think I can't hear anyone. That's a problem. Scorpio, can you say something?
Good afternoon. How are you?
Scorpio 36, can you say something?
Good afternoon. How are you? Can you hear me? Hello?
Oh, you froze. Okay, let me see what's going on. Give me 1 minute, guys. I have to go into my system preferences and see what's going on. Scorpio, can you please see on your end if something is going on? Okay,
hello? Can you hear me?
Settings. Letting you guys know what I'm doing. Let's see.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Awesome. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Kiki, please everyone else mute yourself. All right. So, Scorpio, how are you today?
Nervous and happy to be here. How about you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. All right, so I still hear someone else. Guys, if you're on screen, please mute yourself, because it's very distracting if I hear lots of noise in the background. You can mute yourself in, I think, somewhere in the left corner, or for you, maybe it's on that side. I'm not sure. All right, let's see. Okay, I'm going to close my eyes, and it will take about 30 seconds for me to tune in, and then I'll see you, tell you whatever I see, all right? Okay. I don't see anyone yet, but I do feel really strong energy. All right, there's an animal spirit for you here. Can you do me a favor? Do you have headphones really like close by? Because I can hear myself. Like it's a really strong echo.
Yes, ma'am. Fixing it right now.
Okay.
You're
thank
welcome.
you. All right. Yes. Oh, so much better. Okay. Let's see. All right. So there's an animal spirit with you. It's a cat. It's definitely a feline, cat-like being. Reminds me a little bit, but it's not like a jaguar or a tiger. It's a little smaller, but it's definitely a wild one. It's like what are like a mountain lion, something like that. I'm not entirely sure yet. Let's see. It's a male. It could also be, I'm not sure what they're called in English. Is there like a feline called a luxe? Is that a thing? Let me know in the chat. Okay, I think that's it because I see like the longer hair on the ears. And it's talking about you. It's time for you to come out. That's exactly the words. I'm not sure yet what that exactly means. Does that like resonate with you? Do you understand that? Okay. Yeah, he's saying like it's time to like come out, step up, be who you are, be proud of who you are, and live your full power. Because he says you're hiding a little bit. Would you understand that? Okay, so you're hiding your power. Like there's something of you that you're hiding from others, and because of that, you can't live to the fullest because of that. And he's saying there's nothing to be afraid of. If someone really reacts in a not so nice way, then just let it go. Just let them go through their own process of like accepting that new part of you that they might not know. And also if someone is being nasty, like you have your claws. He says like you're not someone who just takes shit from other people. Sorry to say that, but you do know how to like step up for yourself. You do know how to like protect yourself. You do know that you don't have to please everyone. And he says like once you make that step and like step into your own power, also it will attract the right people to you. He's talking about your family. There's like a family member or even more that that's one of the reasons why you're afraid to like do take that step. Would that make sense to you?
Yes, for the most part, I don't get along with my family.
Yeah. So you feel like your family doesn't accept you for who you are in some form. Does that make sense to you? Okay. Well, he says it's going to be all right. Like you're going through like this phase with your family that things are like shaky and like you don't understand each other and these kinds of things. But it will work out in the end. So there's no reason to be afraid of that. And he says he's going to help you bring out like your power, and he wants you to focus on your third chakra and do like breathing exercises. Breathe into your third chakra, focus on your third chakra, do some meditations, find some meditations on YouTube or wherever for your third chakra and strengthen that, because that's where your power is. And you need your power now. Yeah, that's all he has to say for now. I hope that supports you. I'm curious, of course, like, would you care to share what that is that you have to come out with? You don't have to if you don't want to. That's totally fine. I'm just curious.
I don't mind. For me, ever since I was a child, there were certain gifts that would show themselves, and I would become afraid. It was even to a point where, at one point, I actually prayed, "Hey, I don't want to have dreams." Well, as things progressed in my life, last month, certain things where I actually saw a spirit. I couldn't speak, I couldn't communicate, but I saw that. And for me, it was kind of a message of, hey, you stop ignoring things that have always been there and work on them. Learn how to garnish them, learn how to use them to help other people. There were things that I knew how to do that I didn't know how I knew how to do them. Within the last 4 weeks, my spirit guides have spoken to me more and more. I can't differentiate between any of them. But I can tell when it's not the same spirit guide that I'm speaking to. I had an idea that one of my spirit guides may have been some form or some within the familiar of a cat. I've always had, I love dogs, but the last few years I've had cats. They've been attracted to me, so I kept them. So right now I have been going through things where I'm afraid. What's there? What do I do? How do I do this? What if I do something wrong? How do I fix it? So to speak. So I need it.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome. Thank you for sharing. Well, I can answer some of your questions real quick. Like, you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to know all the answers right now. If you can't differentiate between like the different guides, that's totally fine. I had the same thing. That's good. Everyone goes through that. Everyone who like has connections to the spirit world, can communicate with the spirit world, can see things from the spirit world. Everyone goes through that. It's just a learning process, and you just have to let yourself like give yourself over to the process. Read lots of books, and this is for everyone who's like even interested in this topic. Read lots of books on like biographies of like famous mediums, psychics, people that you feel drawn to, because listening to their stories, reading their stories, how they developed their abilities, how they like found out that they had abilities, you will learn a lot just from their stories. And then there's like a million books out there about like how to develop your own psychic and mediumistic abilities. Read these books, do the exercises. If you can, go to workshops. If you have a spiritualist church close to you, go to the spiritualist church. They have classes and workshops that are not very expensive. Even if you don't want to become a medium and you're more like on the psychic side, do it anyway, because like all of this will help you. So yeah, that would be my tip. And so thanks for coming, and thanks for sharing your story. All right, so let's see who else is here. We have 2 more people. We'll go with Universal Love first. I'll unmute you. Hi, how are you today? I'm great, thank you. So let's see who's here for you today. All right, there's definitely a star being for you.
A star being? Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes some people call them aliens. I don't like that word because that invokes certain images, but that's not what it's like. So it's definitely a star being, which means like it's a being that's not from Earth. It's from somewhere else. I think it's a female. I'm not entirely sure yet, but she's telling me that you have healing abilities. Do you sometimes feel like energy here, like either like your hands get really hot?
That's funny you say that, because I'm actually a Reiki master.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
And that's very typical also for people that work with
Yeah.
star beings. They're oftentimes into
Yeah.
Reiki because, people that work with star beings are very good with energy, feeling energy, directing energy, healing with energy. And it doesn't have to be Reiki. It could be any kind of other healing modality. But
Okay.
yeah, so but she just made me feel like this, like my palms would start to like tingle, and that's usually my sign for that. Yeah, that someone is a healer.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Right. So this being, yeah, it's a female. She tells me that she helps you with your Reiki and your healings. That she is here to help you with your like development as a healer. She wants you to really pay attention to energies, not just when you work, but also in general, and not just like human energy in the sense of like feeling other people's emotions, but like also feeling like energy in nature, feeling energy of the planets, feeling especially planets. Start following the moon cycle if you don't do that already, and really pay attention to how you feel on an energetic level. Let's say when there's a full moon, when there's a new moon, these kinds of things. The same also when it comes to like energies like summer, winter, the solstices. Like almost like, yeah, maybe start a diary and really like energetically just 2-3 sentences a day, write down how you feel. Then over time you will see like how these cycles influence you, and you will be able to work with them in a very powerful way.
Am I supposed to be like, is this healing part of my life purpose? Am I supposed to be healing others or just myself?
Healing is definitely part of your life purpose. It's actually it is your life purpose, healing. That doesn't mean that you have to be a Reiki master and work as a Reiki master your entire life, but it means that with the Reiki, it will help you to understand energy. It will help you to understand people, and your path might go in a different direction, other kinds of healing, other kinds of doing things, but definitely do it. Like this is like where you're supposed to go at this point.
Alrighty, thank you.
Let's see. There's I'm not sure what system like this being is from, but it's very clear that you have had past lives in different systems as well. I would say Sirius. I'm not 100% sure. Please Google like star seeds. And Google star seed test or quiz. There is a few out there. You can take one and just see what the result is and if it makes sense to you. You can also read up on like the different characteristics of people from the different star systems, like Sirius, Arcturus, Orion. See which one resonates with you. I would say there's a strong connection to Sirius. Is there anything else? Blue, like there's what I see, like when she's standing behind you, and like her energy and the energy she sends through you.
That is
blue.
So it's a color that keeps popping into my mind, and I'm like, what is it with this blue color? What is going on? I've seen blue feathers, and I knew this color had a certain significance, and now you're telling me what it is. It's incredible.
Yeah, so blue, because that's also your healing color. Because when you heal, it's not you who heals, it's just energy that flows through you. So for you, it's important, and this is also true for any the spiritual world. It's important to see that you are like a straw, like you are empty, and like the energy is flowing through you. So your job is to keep like the straw, or some people call it the hollow bone, or whatever image you use. But your job is to keep it empty and to work on yourself, work on your like hang-ups that we all have in life, and to like clear all that out so that spirit can work through you. And blue is definitely like the color that I see coming through you, and that's like the healing color. And that's also why I think you're connected to Sirius, because blue is oftentimes Sirius is connected to the blue color. Let me see if there's anything else. Yeah. And she says you can call her Blue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Anything else? And she wants you to look at the stars more.
Okay.
Like from time to time, look up at the stars and then send out a thought to her. So that way you can connect. The more you connect, the better. Like also your healing will go because she helps you.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's also like you definitely had past lives on other planets. There might be some, you might need to do some healing work around that because you don't always you don't always feel like you fit in here on Earth. Especially when you were younger.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Now that this is why, because you are not like really from here, or not always. So yeah, look into star seeds if you haven't ever done that before, because that will help with the healing process and make you understand why all this is happening.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for your help.
Oh, you're very welcome. I hope this supports you. All right. Bye. Okay, and now we have oops, I can't see your name. Oh, Kiki. Hi, Kiki. Give me 1 second. I have to unmute you. Yes, okay. Now I can hear you, I hope. Yes, I can hear you. Awesome. Let's see who I can get, who's here for you. Sorry, I have to clear my mind.
No worries.
All right, definitely a nature spirit. Let me see what it is. It's an elf. It's a male elf. Elves usually show themselves in 2 different forms to me, either like Disney-like or more Lord of the Rings-like. This one is more Disney-like. So he's like in green and has a little hat, and he has a bow and arrow, pointy shoes. Yeah, and he's talking, and I have no clue what this means, so I hope you do. He's talking about like that he's definitely around you, like, and I think your entire life is, if not like early on in life. And he's talking about the fact that he sometimes has to like almost like bring you back to the past. Like it sounds to me like you're someone who gets easily distracted. Would you understand that?
Definitely.
Okay, that makes sense. So he's kind of like showing me like you're walking down a path, and he's like, and you're going off the path to like, I don't know, pick some flowers, and he's like, no, go back to the path, go back to the path.
No.
So it's
understandable.
Kind of funny. Let's see. But he's laughing about it. Like, it's not like he's mad at you or anything like that. He says that's just your character, and that's also like, actually, he enjoys it because like every time you go off the path and do like something else, you always discover things. That's kind of like your magic. But he says sometimes you need to be like, he wants you to be a little bit more disciplined. Let's see. There's something he wants you to focus on at this point in your life, and I'm not quite clear yet what that is. Let me see if he wants to tell me more. And it has something to do with work, future work. Would you understand that?
110%. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, he says focus on it because this is important, because this is like a step on your path that is kind of important, because it will it's only a first step and it will lead to other things, but you will need to take this step first. And he wants you to like really put 100% into this. And he says it's okay to like work hard and play hard, because he knows like you're a playful person and you need like time to just like, you know, like do your thing and get lost. But he says, yeah, this is like a stepping stone to your future, so pay attention to it. He's giving you his bow and arrow, like symbolically, so you can like have an easier time to focus on what you really want in life, and then like really go for it, like focus on it, and then let the arrow go, because that will bring you a lot of good in the future. Yeah, and that's really all he wants to tell you. For now, let me see if he has a name for you. Tim. He says his name is Tim. Yes. And he says every time you need like help with focusing, every time you need help with like reaching goals, he is here to help you. And so when you need help with that, just call on him, say, hey, Tim, I need help. And then just trust that he is around and will help you. And look for the signs. There's little signs that come. So he will confirm that he's around.
Is it?
He's showing me like I forget what these are called. Like the little almost like a tiny cup that you put over your thumb when you want to
sew something or
yes. He says that's his sign for you. So when you see it, be it on TV or in a commercial or out in the street or someone talks about it or like it randomly pops up, then you know it's him.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. So oh, sorry. Today my my tongue doesn't want to do what I want to. But did this make sense to you?
Oh, 100%. This is awesome. This is amazing. I've never had to, got the chance to really talk to somebody else about it. So thank you so much for the confirmations and stuff.
Awesome. You're very welcome. All right. All right. Let's see. Now we have Carol. All right. Oh, you're already unmuted. Awesome. All right. Let's see, Carol. I don't see anyone yet, but I get the information that you're quite a strong woman. You can be sometimes quite skeptical about things, but you give it a chance. You're very grounded, like you're with 2 feet on the earth. And you have very strong boundaries, which is not very common in the spiritual community. Most of us are like a little airy-fairy and our boundaries are not that great. Now let's see who's telling me all this. Or let's first hear, does that make sense to you, what I said so far?
Totally. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Definitely.
Let's see. All right, I feel strong energy. It's definitely ancestor energy. So there's an ancestor here for you. feels very grandmotherly. Although I'm not sure if it's actually your grandmother or if it's more like a collective of like the women that went before your ancestry. Let me see if I can get that clear. All right, so what I'm getting is like this is I'm still not sure. What I see is like an older lady, like I said, looks like a grandmother. She's wearing a white apron. She has gray curls, like permed, yeah. She's wearing glasses. She's more on the round side. And I see her cooking something, like there's a big pot and she's cooking something. And again, I'm not sure if this is like someone you actually know or if this is someone further back or if it's like more like a collective of like the women that are in your ancestry. So as far as I described it to you, does that remind you of someone? Is this someone you know? Are you still there? I can't hear you anymore suddenly. Oh, can you say something, Carol? Carol, can you hear me? Hello? Can anyone still hear me? Can you guys let me know if you can hear me? Hello? Okay, I don't know what's going on. Carol, if you can hear me, can you go like this? I don't know what's going on. Okay, thanks guys. I'm not sure what's going on, but I'll just keep going and then she can watch the replay if necessary. All right, so yeah, there's this lady in the white apron, gray curls with glasses. And she's basically talking about like that you like inherited your like down to earthiness from your ancestors, especially from the female line. I also get that when you work with the spirit world, and you do have the gift to work with the spirit world, even though you might not be aware of it, and you are not one of the, like I said earlier, not one of the airy fairy people. You're not like all the way out there. You're very down here on earth, and that's also how you should communicate with the spirit world, by embracing a spirituality that is very like earthy, that works with earth as the mother and as our mother, and to work with nature beings and to work with like earth magic. Whatever form that takes for you is fine, but realize that your power is in working with the earth and with the spirituality that comes with the earth. And also like you could look at other cultures that have like earth-based spirituality. These things will open you up, and these things will also like help you open up to the spirit world more. And because it's not for you to go that route of like these airy fairy kind of spirituality, because that only brings out your skepticism. And it's right, your skepticism is telling you this path is not for you. So go with like I said, the earth, connect to the earth, and then you will feel more at home. This will be more your kind of spirituality. So I hope you heard all this. I wish I could know if this is like your actual grandmother or just a representation of your female ancestors. But I'm not sure. But I know the message for you is definitely correct. You can definitely communicate with your ancestors, because your ancestors are also a very important part of your spirituality. They are here to help you and help you connect.
Hello, are you hearing
All right,
me?
I hope that... Yes, now I can hear you again. Awesome. Did you hear what I said? Did you get your message? Carol? I don't know what's going on, but I will have to move on to the next person. If you can hear me, like I gave you the message, go back to the recording and re-listen to it. I hope this supports you. Like you can go back right after we're done here, same place, just wait for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and you will see the replay coming up. All right, thank you for coming, Carol. All right, so let's see. We have more people. I can do maybe 1 or 2 more. Okay. Okay, I'll invite Alexei. And let's see. And I'll invite Gada. Oops. I lost you, Gada. Where are you there? Okay. Okay. Hi, Alexei.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Where are you from?
I'm from Manila, Philippines. I heard that you have been here. Which part?
Yes, I was in, I forget the name. God, am I crazy? Cebu.
Wow,
Cebu City.
Yeah, it's very
Yes.
nice in Cebu. How long did you stay there?
Yes. I was there, I think, for 2 months or 3. I'm not sure anymore. 2 months,
Wow,
I think.
that's a
It was
very
in
long time.
2012. Yes, and I loved it. It was great.
You should definitely come
All
back.
right, let me see who's here for you. Oh, yeah, I will, definitely. Let's see who's here for you. With you, it's the same. I can't clearly see yet who's here, but I do get some messages already. I do get the message that you're not supposed to let other people put you down, and I feel this is specifically true for work situations. What I'm getting is that you're a leader, actually, and the longer you let yourself be put down, the longer you don't realize that you are a leader, the longer it will take to find your own path and to really live your purpose and be in your own power. Now let me see who's talking to me. It's a bird. It's a big white bird. I'm not sure which one it is yet, but it's definitely a bird, and it's definitely a male. And he's telling me that it's time to fly, that it's time to believe in yourself, because at the moment, when it comes to work, you kind of limit your expectations a little bit, as in you think you can only go this far. Would you understand this?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. He wants you to know that you can definitely go much further than you think. You don't have to like keep, especially not working for people who don't appreciate you, because he says that's kind of what's happening. And also, again, that you feel like you can't, like there are limits to how far you can go. And he says it's very, very, very important that you understand that you can go way further than you think. even if there are circumstances in your life that might look like you can't, he says you can. And it's important because, again, you're a leader in some form and you will help other people. But if you don't step up and like embrace that leader in yourself, inside yourself, these other people, you won't be able to help these other people, and they won't be able to go on and live their lives the way that they're supposed to. So you have to step up, and you have to like make it happen. And I'm still not quite sure. Like, he reminds me a little bit of a pelican, but it's not a pelican because like the beak is like slimmer and like it's a long beak. Maybe it's a bird that I don't know. Is there like a bird like that in the Philippines? It's like big and white and has a long, sharp beak. I think it has longer legs. Looks like it's almost completely white. There might be some grayish around. Do you know that kind of bird?
I'm not quite sure.
Okay. I don't think I know this bird, so I can't tell you what it is. I just can tell you what it looks like. So again, like longer legs, white, pretty big, long beak. And I have a feeling it's connected to the Philippines. So maybe like do some research into birds that look like this. And if you find it, I'm sure you will feel it. Like, oh, this is what she's talking about. If you do, let me know, because now I'm curious what kind of bird this is. But this is definitely a bird that's around you. I'm talking about this. And he's saying, don't let anyone hold you back, not even yourself. Because he says, actually, you are the one who's holding yourself back the most, and this is true for all of us, of course. But believe in yourself, set your dreams high. Go for the things that you really want. Don't settle for reality. Don't settle for what you think is possible. Really go for it. Yeah, and that's his message for you today. I hope this makes sense to you at all. Do you have any like goals when it comes to work?
I think I could relate it with the work thing, because the boss and they're like holding my diploma, because I tried to like stood up for myself, because of they're abusing the employees. So
yes,
so
that makes sense.
That's
that's what it felt like. Yeah. Like you have someone above you that's kind of like pushing people down.
It's true.
Yeah.
So thank you.
So don't give up. There's more for you out there. Go for it. Like take any opportunity that comes your way.
I will. Thank you, Miss Yamile.
All right. Okay, thank you. All right. So guys, thank you so much for coming today. Ibis, yes, that could be it. Actually, thank you, Jasmine. That could be it. I'm not quite sure that they look like. I'll Google it right after this, but that could be it. So yeah, Alexei, look into this. So guys, thank you again for coming. Again, if you are interested in a one-on-one session, there's no pressure, obviously, but there's like this green button. You can check it out. If you're here for the very first time, check your emails, because you'll get a coupon code that you can use for a discount. If you didn't get a reading today, come back next time. That's totally fine. And also come join us in our Facebook group, spiritguideschool.com. Just type that into Google, spiritguideschool.com, and it will redirect you to the group. You can have like awesome conversations with other people. You can ask questions. You can tell your stories. You basically find like-minded people, because most of us don't have families and friends that are understanding of this, or might be understanding, but when you want to really start talking about the things you experience, they get scared or are not interested. So there you have a huge group of people who are all interested in this. Is there anything else? I don't think so. Well, thank you guys for coming. I really enjoyed it and hope to see you soon. Bye. Oh, yes.